funny how it happened.
Okay, the back, why not the back? Try and make this quick. I know everybody wants to get out racing and testing with all kinds of craziness going on today. Okay, I'm going to start out with the prompter here, just to go through some do's and don'ts, and then I have some other notes to go through anyway. So, okay, Michelle, crank it up. Nah, that's not, that's Scotty B. That's like a hand. That was Scotty B. That's Aggie. I don't know who that guy is. There we go. All right, while that's winding up, I came up here in, I think, January to go over the site with Jack and Rick and all, and it was an awesome site then, but it was like icebergs and snow, and wasn't a whole lot of fun. But this is my first time up here. This is some crazy site. I mean, I walked down on the beach, I thought I was in Miami staring at the Atlantic Ocean. I mean, it's really impressive. So we had a ribbon cutting the other day. We signed a one-year contract here because that's just the way they do it. Every year the tourism fund has to reauthorize the money for the event. But the mayor stood out in front of anybody and said we're staying here for the next 10 years. So I guess it's pretty cool. I like these spots, you know, where you can be right in the pit area, turn around, watch the races, a little less running around. I mean, we all realize that every single race site's different from the other. They all have their different quirks. But what's cool about it, and I stated it in St. Clair, is a lot of our site producers are now traveling site to site to site and picking up pieces from one site that they can use at their site. And it's really cool to see the focus of the teams now trying to build the series back up and build offshore and put it back on the map. But to see the producers having that same attitude where, okay, if they're going to bring the boats, then we need to step up our game and try and raise the bar here. So I saw Lucy here. I know a couple of producers around. Hi, Lucy. And thanks for all that you guys do to keep us racing on these race sites. Thank you. I saw Jack and Rick. Where's Rick? Hands up. Most of you guys know these two over here, the two hookums.
You don't all have to be quiet, just so I'm supposed to be.
First of all, we told the last guy it was 10 years too. Okay? Yeah, and Lucy and I have been talking, okay? We think we figured out how we're gonna, the incentive for you, we're gonna change this contract discussion around. We're gonna pay you by the race team. Okay, that's how this is going to work out. Because they're the most important folks in this whole scenario.
That's right.
We'll break the back, okay? And we'll open that baby up.
Okay.
And I meant what I said. There's a lot of important people in this room. The mayor, the infrastructure folks, and Smitty's team, of course. You know what they've done for this industry. You know, we love it. Turn this around and to maybe save the industry. But we don't have nothing without the race teams. Okay, that's the big deal here to us. We feel like you guys are rock stars to our community. Our folks love you. It's the 11th year you've been here. They come back to see you. So we're going to put on a good show, a safe show, and have a lot of fun. But please feel welcome, and we want you back. Thanks a lot for coming.
Most of you know from St. Clair that my partner in crime here, Adam's overseas, getting his visa renewed to come back. So we brought the replacement plan in. His father has it. I'm sure he wants to come up and say a few things. Thank you, folks.
Jack, Rick, and Schmitty. Of course, without Schmitty, a lot of things wouldn't happen. And I think he's been a stalwart. I've been in this industry much less than you guys. I've been in it for about 18 years. Smitty knows how much money we spend on this stuff, and it's time that we need to get our money back. And you're going to help us because unlike what Jack said, there are three parts to this. They're the promoters, they're the organizers, and then they're the teams, right? We need to get industry back on board. I think all of you guys need to really start pushing people that you're buying your boats from or getting your boats built by, or the engines or the parts or whatever it is. I honestly believe that this is history today. I have not been to an event of this size with so many racers. So, I know somebody's going to write a book in this room, okay? And this is going to be history. Thank you, Shane.
We met at a meeting down at the Gecko shop, and it was kind of a weird meeting. Because I was dad over on one side of the table, we're all sitting on the other side of the table, and you could cut the tension with a knife, you know? So I'm like, yeah, it shouldn't be like this. So I really just said, very simply, everybody's talking about money, how we're going to do this. Like, well, we're in pretty good shape because Adam's dad's here. And he's just going to get his checkbook out. And he said, no, because everything I had, I spent trying to do this. It's your turn. So,
Thank you. Thank you, Thank you. And thank you.
Get the mayor to say something real quick.
and the mayor, come on up. This guy's cool.
Real briefly, just once again, welcome to Michigan City, Indiana. We are so thrilled to have you here. I hope everybody slept well last night, I trust, that nobody was out late or anything like that. Like I say, I think you're going to experience some of the best boat racing fans in the country. This area in the Midwest and in LaPorte County in our region really has adopted you. They follow you on social media. And we are really thrilled to be breaking these records, and we want to hope to continue to break these records. I like the little joke about 10 years. I don't make promises. I just tell people I'll do the best I can. So, yeah. But welcome, and be safe out there, and enjoy your stay here in Michigan City, Indiana. Thank you.
Okay, we'll move along. Okay, these are your race officials. Most of you know all these guys. You got Val and Frank and Dee and Jim. Dave Westfall is the safety officer that works with the club here. He's been great with us trying to get all our assets in line. Stu Slotnick, Greg is your tech inspector, and of course you know Augie and Julio down the train. Here's your schedule for today. You can look through. Pretty simple. We're here in the driver's meeting. Trains are opening up right now at 10 o'clock. There's 2 cranes down there for you for today and tomorrow to use. The fuel truck is a mandatory purchase. In St. Clair, I forgot to mention it was mandatory. We only had about half the teams go to the fuel truck, and they weren't real thrilled with that. It's expensive for them to bring the truck in. That's why we make the mandatory buy. We're not making you buy a lot of fuel. It's just basically what you would burn anyway. So the fuel truck is at the crane. Get your fuel there today. He will be there early in the morning tomorrow, but please try and get all your fueling done today. Tomorrow's going to be a little hectic trying to move around the pits. Okay, offshore inspections will continue today from 9 to 5. Greg's flight got canceled yesterday, so he got here late yesterday. He's got a lot to do today. The meet and greet offshore teams at the Sunset Grill. If you're not racing today, you have a little time before testing between 10 and 11:45. You have a meet and greet. The Aquacross, this is new. A lot of us have never seen this, including myself. They're starting at 10 o'clock and they'll be out there till 11. I think they're running one race then, and then you'll see their second race come back out around 3 o'clock. Okay? I haven't seen it myself. I want to get up there and kind of see. It's got to be really, really interesting. They draw a big crowd with that. So it's really cool to go see. The national anthem will kick off at 11:45. We're going to run some of the bracket classes today. We're going to run classes 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 today. Okay, just to kind of ease a little bit of the load for tomorrow. Okay, so your boats have to be in the water ready to go at 11:30. Okay, as soon as the aqua course is done, I'll go through the buoys in a minute, but as soon as the aqua course is done, we're going to bring you out and get you done right away. Okay, you're going to try and get that race definitely started by 12. If you're not out there at 12 o'clock, I will start without you today. We have a tight schedule to get everything done. Okay? We'll be done by probably 12:30, quarter to 1, then we're going to open up testing to the rest of the teams. Okay? So you should have testing. We're figuring until about 3. If we have to extend that just a little bit, we can move the aquacross race a little bit later. However, at 4 o'clock, you need to be loaded up for the street parade. So you're not going to want to be out there testing too long. I haven't seen the street parade myself, but they tell me it's the biggest one in all of offshore, so you probably want to be part of this one. And then the street party, we'll go through when we line you up for the parade, what they do is they do a full parade all the way through town. However, all of these boats I don't think are going to be able to stay on the block party. Okay?
Can I take it from
Take
here?
it away, Rick.
All right, so listen, we had a little meeting, Chief and I, we were gonna limit it to 30 boats at registration and 15 skis. However, we want everybody to stay, so I think we've got common ground. Anybody who wants to go can stay. What we're going to do is we're gonna start with the ski, the aquacross guys first. They're gonna go through Franklin Street, or the police will escort you down. And we're going to have you guys go around twice, okay? So just follow direction of the police. As you go around the block twice, the jet skis and the smaller boat, some smaller bracket boats will actually be redirected over to Pine Street by police. So don't worry about, you don't have to sit there and write down. You'll go over to Pine Street and the police will, sorry, Andy Griffith is calling me. You'll be directed over to Pine Street, and then you'll come up to 5th Street, but just follow the direction of the police, and then the bigger boats will actually be sitting on Franklin Street. Okay? So just follow.
There'll be help down there, guys.
There will be help down there. Yeah. So everybody is going to stay, and I want you all to be there. Oh yeah, one more thing, Smitty. 10 o'clock today. 10 o'clock. We're going to have an autograph session at Sunset Grill on the main floor from 10 to 11:45, just before the national anthem. Okay. All of you, I want you there. Perfect. Thank you.
And we have the weather for today. It'll be light, continued light throughout the evening. We'll have scattered dark. Okay, where's Mike? Mike wants to go through the movement through the pits today, just so we don't mess things up.
Okay, guys, got you all in. Now we got to get you out and back in. Everything has got to go in this direction. Okay? This intersection right here is super crazy. You guys are all going to exit this lot here. The fuel is down, actually a little lower down here. That's where we talked about it yesterday. I hope it gets pushed down there. So when you come to the crane today, there'll be 2 lines. The right-hand lane will be for fuel. The left-hand lane will be for the cranes. If you're going to come after fuel, go to the cranes. Augie and Joel down there, and they'll take care of you. If we start backing this up too far, and we start blocking this road that they can't get out, we're going to need to hold you back. We're going to try and get somebody down there to relay back so we can stop you from leaving, because we can't block this road with you guys. There is a wash down area, so you can pull off to the side, but we just can't block this road so people can get back out. 2 cranes. One crane will be stationed about here. The other crane will be stationed here. We think there's plenty of room. Augie, and we looked at it yesterday. We think everything will be good. But 2 main things. Everything's got to go in a circular direction. You P-class guys, when you come out, you're going to come out and you're going to turn this way. And you have to go all the way around and come back in. I can't have anybody trying to short shoot this in here. We about had 100 directs yesterday. I'd like to keep it down to 50 today. None of them must. Any questions? Please relay this to your drivers. So many times when I get the drivers go, well, nobody told us. So please relay it to your drivers. Circular. Yes.
A boat ramp tested for today? Will we be able to get in and out of the boat ramp?
Yes.
Okay.
The skis are on the beach. They shouldn't be a problem. There'll only be a handful maybe leaving the beach. They shouldn't be a problem.
Boat ramp, I just got a boat ramp question. When we come out, we're gonna go down, drop the boat, and then just come back. We gotta go all the way back around the circle when we come back.
You have to go around the circle because when you guys come out of this lot, you're going to come out, you're going to exit on this side of the lot. So here was the entrance, here's the exit. There's no other way than for you guys to come around. There just isn't a good way for the boats. The jet ski guys, they can kind of snake here between the bollards, but you guys are not going to be able to snake through the bollards. It's just going to be a lot safer moving everybody in the same direction.
If we enter the water, would we tie up?
Yes, there's a huge seawall here, all the way here. Julio walked it off. He thinks there's like 800 feet of seawall you have access to, correct? So there should be plenty of room for everybody down there for testing. Should be plenty of room for everybody else. You just have to walk yourselves out of the way. It should be better than some of the other race sites that we've been to. Anybody else? Just remind your drivers, guys, that's important. Thank you.
Okay, just some do's and don'ts real quick. When in the pits, maintain slow speed for the pedestrians, no smoking in the pits. Please have your straps up on your boats when you get to the crane. Just makes it quicker for the in and out. We do allow you to leave your straps at the crane if you like. That actually makes it easier for us. If there's a problem with your boat, you're being towed in or whatever, we don't have to wait for your truck to get there with your equipment. We can strap you up right away. If you're sinking or whatever, it's easier for us to save your boat than sitting around waiting for the strap. So feel free to leave them at the crane if you'd like to. No launching without permission, obviously. Request clearance from race control when entering and exiting the course, okay? Stu Slotnick's up on a condo way up high over the start finish of the race course. He's on 78A. For today and testing, just contact him when you're going in and when you're going out. There's going to be a lot of boats testing out there, so he's going to try and control the flow. Okay, so we don't have too many boats running all at one time. Area's very busy, obviously, and obey local regulations. When you're moving around the pits, maybe not as much today, but tomorrow, there's going to be a lot of people around. So just be careful. Have a spotter behind your truck in case you have to back up. You have somebody behind there that can see what's behind you, so we don't have any incidents with pedestrians in the pit area. Continue. Race course. Okay, it's a 5-mile course. Initially, we were going to lengthen this a little bit, but these longer courses, for the real fast boats are cool, but for the majority of the boats, it just takes too long for them to get back around. I'd rather have more laps in front of the spectators than less. So it's a 5-mile course, okay? At the north end of the course, between turn 1, 2, and 3 is where the aqua course buoys are going to be set this morning, okay? There's going to be a yellow, when they're all done, there will be a yellow buoy sitting up in here that we're going to leave there. That's a marker of their course. It's not orange, it's yellow. So you'll know it has nothing to do with your race course. There are other buoys in this area will be pulled back to the beach. Okay? They've set up the P1 mega buoys. Okay? You can't miss those things. They're huge. Okay? The only one that won't be a mega buoy is buoy number 5. Okay? That's just a big orange.
Red cylinder.
Red cylinder. Okay? Probably somebody hit the last mega buoy, so we're one short, I would assume. But anyway, so that's your course there. Okay? We don't have a start-finish marked, but we'll have a start-finish boat sitting right in this area. Obviously, you're starting at what would be, I guess, the easterly side of the course, running down the beach, going into turn 1, and around and back to turn 2. Okay? We will run a parade lap tomorrow. I know it may be a mute point because we kind of come out at the top of the course, and you'll see it all when we go down to the bottom. But I'm just a fan of running everybody around once and kind of get acclimated, seeing where all your buoys and assets are. So we will run a full parade lap. So we'll bring you out down to the start at the easterly end. We'll mill you there until we get clearance for race control. We'll pick you up, run a parade lap, and drop you back down there again. Okay? That's where we'll start the race from. Same safety applies here. St. Clair we handled a little bit differently, but the same safety applies here. If you see an occupant in the water, or if you see a boat upside down, you don't have to wait to see a red flag, or are they stopping the race? Just know that we're stopping. Okay? Don't yank your boat off lane, somebody's liable to run you over. Just slowly pull your boat down, turn to the center of the course, okay, and then work your way back to your original milling area. We'll secure the scene. As soon as we secure the scene, we will restart your race. Okay? Just so you're clear. The pace boats, in the event of a caution, will go to each ends of the course. Okay, they're instructed to sit at the entrance buoy of each turn. That's what you're looking for on a race course. 90% of the time is that entrance buoy. That's where they'll be sitting. If we go to red flag, that's where they'll put the red flags up. Okay, you should be able to spot them there. Okay, just a simple safety thing. We've got, 18, 20 divers here today. So we have a full staff of medical help. They don't want to be jumping in the water. I don't know if any of you dive, but that sound carries for miles, and it's a pretty eerie sound hearing propellers running through the water, and you don't know where they are. So I wouldn't want to do it. I'm not going to make them do it. Okay? On to the next.
I have a question about milling.
Yes.
Clockwise or counterclockwise?
Pardon me?
Clockwise or counterclockwise milling?
Clockwise.
Clockwise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
Going clockwise, one clockwise.
Counters. Mostly the second. I don't know.
Well, everybody needs to know because it gets confusing.
Clockwise course.
Here you go counterclockwise, here you go other way, we'll see how it works out. Counterclockwise. Thank you. They're launching from the ramps. When you go down the ramps, you can see you're going right through a marina. Yesterday we had a few boats going through there making a wake and upsetting some of our locals. They are armed in this state, just so you know. They might shoot. So it is a no-wake area through the marina. Once you get out in the intercoastal, it's a different story, okay? Rules of the road testing today. Okay, buoys will be out. We have, usually for testing, we just have a couple of medical assets out there. Because we have a race today, we have full medical out there all day today, okay? So if you want to really run your boat, you really want to test today, feel safe in the fact that we have all the assets out there that you'll need for today. Next. Okay, there will be civilian vessels in the area. Caution must be taken while entering and leaving the course. Be prepared to stand down even though you might have the right of way. So basically what that is there are pleasure craft in the area. Okay, we have enough boats out there that we can keep them back away from the race course. Okay, not necessarily today is the Coast Guard have any assets out there. So if someone wants to be a wise guy and come flying across the course, actually wants to come over. Okay, let me just go through my list, make sure I didn't miss anything. Full course testing. Okay, the super stops in the crane area. We had an issue with Ryan Beckley's ECU, maybe in St. Clair was an issue. What we've been doing is just issuing them race warning, okay? I'm going to issue you your ECUs down at the cranes. You can keep them until tomorrow, okay? Test on it, make sure it's right. Tomorrow, after the event, get it back at the crane area. I think the constant plugging and unplugging of these ECUs may be creating part of the problem. Okay, the Mercury guys are here. They're going to look into that today as well. So we'll issue you your ECU, and then we'll collect that tomorrow after the event. Marker race we got. Okay, for the teams that are racing, today, you will have physicals immediately after this meeting. Okay, and again, that's class 2, 4, 5, and 7. There will be 2 starts. Then the first start is class 2 and 4, and then the second start is class 5 and 7. Okay, we'll start class 2 and 4 inside. How'd that work? Okay, class 2 and 4 inside of class 4. So class 4 will line up to the outside of class 2, and we'll start class 5 inside of class 7. Okay, so 7 lines up to the outside of class 5. You're going to run, class 2 is going to run 9 laps for 50 miles. Class 4 is going to run 8 laps for 44 miles. Class 5 is going to run 6 laps for 33 miles, and class 7 will run 4 laps for 22 miles. Your lanes are, class 2, Somerset Boat Lift has the pole. Mom Ain't Happy is outside of them. In class 4, Team Woody has the pole. Simmons is second. In class 5, Disabled American Vets has the pole. All Fired Up is second. Specialized is third. Bronx Phantom is fourth. Brindle Powerboats is fifth. In class 7, New Jersey Motorsports, or NJI Motorsports, has the pole. Goofing Around is second. Tomahawk is third. Okay. That's all I have. Questions? What's that? Class 3 is running tomorrow. I was wrong. We're running tomorrow. Okay?
P1 vote? P1 vote?
I didn't even have it on registration. I'm here out there. P1, what they run in class 5, right? Okay, so the P1 vote will start in the second start of the race today outside of the class 5 votes. Okay?
Can you give us everybody else laps for tomorrow so we know how to fuel? Can you give all the other classes laps for tomorrow?
Sure. I'll give you. Here's your laps for tomorrow. Good pick there. Okay, we'll start with class 1. It's 12 laps. 66. Now, with this mileage, remember we're going to do a parade lap. So add in the mileage for your parade lap. Class 1, 12 laps for 66 miles. Super Cat, 10 laps for 50. So that's 56 miles. Super Stack, 9 laps for 50 miles. Big Extreme, 9 laps for 50 miles. Super VX and Pro Stock V are 8 laps for 44 miles. P1 Super Stock, 6 laps for 33 miles. Class 2, listen up folks, because you're going to ask me again later. Class 2 is 9 laps for 50 miles. Class 3 is 8 laps for 44 miles. Class 4 is 8 laps for 44 miles. Class 5 and 6 are both 6 laps for 33 miles. And Class 7 is 4 laps for 22 miles. Got it? Before I forget to, after the meeting, I need the entire Class 6 up here in the front real quick, and we'll take questions. Anybody got questions?
What's pace boats?
Pace boats. What do we got, Rick? Rick! Dave.
Thanks, Jack.
Pace boats. One's a cat, which is blue Nortec. The next one is going to be different colors. There's white, red, yellow. That's the next. That's a cigarette boat. The next one is a 41 formula, white and blue in color. That's the next one. The standby one is
Eliminate
this eliminator is going to stand by there. If you want to do it.
Got it? I'll go through it again tomorrow in the morning so you guys can clear up some of that. Okay? Okay, any more questions? Right there.
Hey, class 2 is on for tomorrow, we'll switch to today, correct?
What's that?
Class 2 is on the list for tomorrow, we are switching to today.
Yeah, there's some double duty stuff. So
Okay, what time?
12 o'clock, you're ready to go 11:30. What? I still got to do transmission?
No, they're in,
Ah,
they're in. We
okay.
didn't get people on yet.
The fuel truck's ready to train. Yeah.
Questions. Are you doing a Prix lap today?
Yes.
Okay. And do we know which pace boats are for which start?
The first one you stated is the catamaran.
Nortec.
The Nortec is Pace Boat 1, and the cigarette's Pace Boat 2. We'll only have 2 out there for today. Okay? They'll line up. On the Pace Boats, just so you guys are clear, things got a little confusing in St. Clair with all the freighter traffic and all that. But in your mill, if there's 2 or 3 starts, the Pace Boats will line up in order. Okay? They'll stagger themselves back. So if you're not sure which one's yours, you know which start you're in, just go to the second Pace Boat, which is obviously the second start. Yes?
Is there a way you can hold the boats for tomorrow's race off the fuel truck this morning so we can get fuel for today's race first?
Yeah, just kind of let that first race get in today. There aren't a whole lot of them. So just give us a little bit here. Let me get those guys in the water before we get out and pound up on the crane, okay? In the back.
You want us to get checkers or no?
What's that?
Is there checkers?
Checker flags are on the start finish boat, yes. Okay? Rob. I can't hear you. Still can't hear you. You got it.
Where are you tying the boats up? But you get them in the water.
You got to pay attention. They already went through that. Where were you, sleeping? Question. How many feet of seawall did Julio measure out?
800.
Sorry, Rob, I had to do that. All right, that's it. Let's